We all are witnesses of some excellent, successful business leaders, politicians, teachers, people in the sports realm that we admire. Some of them, we are their fans. And so today, I want to talk about the three primary traits or characteristics of highly, very successful people. First characteristics, in fact, there are many, and a lot of people have talked about people like the late Kobe Bryant from the Los Angeles Lakers and how he used to wake up early in the morning and start practicing. Michael Jordan did the same thing even after the game. So they were great leaders, but there are a lot of things that a lot of other people do that these great leaders are doing, and it doesn't make the rest of us great leaders, even though we do them, okay? Wake up early or go to bed late or stuff like that. I want to stress these three characteristics because success in this time, especially for entrepreneurs and business people, requires excellent, confident, competent leadership. So the first trait is most of these leaders have what I can call strong will. They're confident. They're so confident it looks like arrogance. They believe in themselves. They believe they're better than everyone else, or at least they are much better than those around them. And they also have this sense of entitlement. They feel like they deserve the success. They deserve what they get. They deserve more. They deserve to accomplish great things. So they have big visions. I call it, they see the world with big eyes. In our company, we talk about big numbers. We see the world through big eyes for our clients. So that's the first characteristics, the first trait. They have this confidence. They have this belief in themselves. And if you're not careful, you will think that they have superiority complex. Second trait, which is kind of a contradiction, you will see it especially in those people that don't have faith, okay? They have big fear, crippling insecurities. A lot of the very successful people are insecure, and that drives them to become very successful because they believe that that success will translate in acceptance, in being admired and being accepted and being seen as a person, somebody worth respecting. And so they push the envelope, But in reality, you will see that people who, some of the leaders that we have in politics, Bill Clinton was such a leader, brilliant, youngest president, but he was raised by a single mother in abject poverty. So they get this drive that they have to overcome that. So that becomes like their motive, but in many cases, their personalities also can be flawed. Somebody like Steve Jobs, Steve Jobs had problems with his father. He never forgave his father until probably close to his death. And Steve Jobs, eventually those emotional issues took the better of him, and he developed all this, I think, cancer, and there's speculation that it was due to that emotional imbalance, okay? So they feel like, or they're constantly feeling like, well, I will be judged that I didn't do enough. They'll say that Bill Gates is better than me. They'll say that Steve Jobs is better than me. They'll say that Elon Musk is better than me. And in politics, you can see Donald Trump constantly trying to prove that he's better. This is a 7-year-old boy in an 80-year-old body. He's totally insecure, immature, and he has to prove himself constantly. And so he has to cheat, he has to lie, he has to do this, he has to demand recognition, applause, he has to demand that people worship him, and he has to constantly compare himself to somebody else. That's an example of somebody that has succeeded but driven by these insecurities. Now, all successful people are not driven that way, but a lot of them are afraid that people will say that he was not great, he was not the best, he didn't do much, he doesn't have the most money, he's not the most intelligent, stuff like that. And then the third trait is that highly successful people are in control of their impulses. What it means is they identify what they have to do and they don't let nothing distract them. They're focused, even if it takes 10 years. You see, I have my own testimony. In the last 2 years, I've been focused under severe circumstances. And those who are very close to me know the story. I haven't told it. I'm going to tell it at some point. But the last 10 years, I have remained focused. I don't care what is happening. I'll stand under the snow and I'll still be doing my business. I may not have a phone line. I may not have this. I may not have money, but I'm building my business. I don't allow anything, no impulse. I'm not moved by my feelings, my emotions. I am focused. And this focus can be sustained for a long time because my eyes are on the prize. And this is a trait of highly, highly successful people. They don't give up. They keep pushing. A lot of people are distracted easily. They're in a war, but they allow themselves to be distracted by every barking dog, skirmishes. They forget the prize. They forget the war. They now engage in every argument. They're triggered by emotions and feelings and stuff like that. Anything anybody says, they have to respond, wasting precious energy and time. I want to be focused on my goals. Say what you want, do what you want. That's what successful people do. They don't waste time with all these little issues. So what do we remember from this is highly successful people have big visions, big goals, but they also may have big fears, and they are in control of their emotions and feelings, and they don't allow themselves to jump from one thing. Their impulses drive them. They do this today, they do this tomorrow, they do this tomorrow, and they can never complete anything. Now, in this focus of delayed gratification, highly successful people will demonstrate some of these characteristics in a variety of ways. If you can remain focused on your goal for 1 year, you're going to win big. You're going to make so much money that will take care of you for a whole year or 2 or 5 because you've been focused. If you can stay focused for 10 years until you get to your goals, you don't give up, you fall down, you get up, you're going to accumulate enough more and succeed more than the majority of the people, than most of the successful people, because you were able to build something for 10 years. You didn't give up. A lot of people are hopping from one thing to another and choosing the easy way out. But there is another class of successful people who are willing to stay focused for a lifetime. They already know, like Dr. King, they might not see the results, but they're aware that the results will come for the next generation, for many generations to come. These are leaders who are willing to sacrifice their own lives. These are world changers. I have a song I always sing, that I will change the world. It doesn't matter. The truth is, from the moment I started this journey, it's been technically 12 years. And I can tell that story again. I've gone through a few businesses until I came to this place. And this is going to usher me into another season. So the capacity to delay gratification, the capacity to be patient, the capacity to walk and not have a car, the capacity to depend on a bus driver, the capacity to go hungry for days but you remain focused because you know what you're fighting for, you know what your goals are, you stay focused like a lion, eyes on the prize. I am not going to let that out of my sight. You can scream by my side, you can insult me, you can say things about me. I am in control of my emotions. I don't give up. I'm focused until I achieve those results. And what will help you in this process is humility. The capacity to recognize that I still got something to learn. The capacity to fall down and get up, it takes humility to do that. And get up and acknowledge that, yes, this is where I failed, this is where I made mistakes, I'm willing to learn from so and so and so and so that the next attempt, I'm going to do better. It takes humility. So if you can wait, if you are in control of your impulses and won't let yourself distracted, you will be highly successful. Let's go.